Here we are with a new topic. It is called scientific notation. And basically what it is a different way to write numbers with a lot of zeros. So scientists normally work with these really big numbers or these very small numbers, and they agreed to a way to write them that is a little shorter. So for instance, this number here, 3,470,000,000, can be written in a shorthand way. And if you look at this number here, it says 3.47 times 10 to the 9th power, which means times 10 times 10 times 10, on and on, 9 times. And every time you multiply by 10, it moves the decimal point to the right. So if I move that decimal point to the right 9 places, I would have that number back. So they're the same number, they're just written in two different ways. And the same with this very small number. A negative exponent means I'm dividing by 10 7 times. Multiplying by 10 to a negative power is the same as dividing by 10. So if I move this decimal point 7 places to the left, it hops over 7 places, I would have that number. So our job today is to write numbers from scientific notation into standard form. And notice they all look like this. This number is always between 1 and 10. So the number before the decimal point is always 1 through 9. And it's always times 10 to a power. Okay, so let's try a couple together, then I'll show you the assignment. So here we go. Change scientific notation to standard form. Do not just put 4 zeros, 5 zeros, 3 zeros, 8 zeros on the end of the number. They will almost all be wrong. Okay? So please follow the directions that I'm going to show you. This says 3.1 times 10 to the 4th power. That means times 10 4 times. So this decimal point will move to the right 4 places. So here we go. Move it 1 place. Well, I still have to go 3 more places to get 4. That means there will be 3 zeros on the end of this number, not 4. That is such a common mistake. Okay, so it would look like 3, then a 1, then 3 zeros. Okay, that's my final answer. That's a comma. Think about it. The decimal point was right there, right? In between the 3 and the 1. Picture this. 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. The decimal point's actually right there. In a whole number, it's kind of invisible, and it sits on the right. So that's how we're going to do this with a positive exponent. So for instance, another example. 8.37 times 10 to the 5th power means times 10 5 times. It does not mean 5 zeros. So 5 places. 1, 2. I still have 3 more places. That means there will be 3 zeros on the end of this number. 1, 2, 3. I put my comma in. Okay, they're the same number. They're just written differently. Now this one, if you're wondering, where's the decimal point? Right there. That's kind of like 7.0. 3 places to the right will be 3 zeros. And if you're wondering, you just said, if you're thinking, hey, you just said don't put that many zeros on. It's only true if you have a whole number here. Most of the time, you will not have a whole number, so you can't just put the zeros, that number of zeros on. Okay? So here we go again, 8 places. Now look, 1, 2, 3. Well, if I want to move 8 places, and I already moved 3, I have 5 more. So there should be 5 zeros on the end of this. And notice, let me put the zeros on first. The decimal point is no longer here. That's another common mistake. People write the answer with the decimal point still there. Remember, we're moving it. It is now out here. So don't write the answer with that decimal point back in it. Okay, a couple more. Now these are negative exponents. So that means the decimal point will slide to the left. In this case, 3 places to the left. Well, it's right here. So if I go 1, I still have to go 2 more. So there'll be 2 zeros in front of the 6. I have to put my decimal point there. And I am going to fill in with this 0 also. So think about it. It was here in between the 6 and the 8. Backwards 3. 1, 2, 3. You have to just be very careful in this topic. But that's all we're doing. We're just sliding decimal points left and right. Left if it's a negative exponent. So 5 places to the left. 1. Now I'm going to have 4 zeros in front of the 9. And then I add that one on. That's just like a marker. But there's really 4 zeros in between the decimal point and the 9. And that makes a 5th zero. Okay, 2 more. You can pause the video and try them. But I'm going to go ahead and do them now. Backwards to the left 2 places. 1, 2. 0, 4, 1. Again, I fill that one in. Now 7 places. Move it once. I still have 6 more to go, so I have the decimal point and 6 zeros. And then now I always just put that one on last. Okay, so that's essentially what we have to do. This is the assignment. They're all very similar to what I just showed you. They're not numbered. If you have any questions, let me know, because after this, we're going to go backwards. Our problems will look like my answers. Your answers will look like these problems. We're going to go from standard form to scientific notation. This assignment, we're going from scientific notation to standard form. So forwards and backwards we'll go, but one thing at a time.